The Savage Brothers are responsible for everything you ever loved as a kid, everything you love as an adult, and probably everything your future children will love in their lifetime. It's Internet Wormhole time! So last night I was on BuzzFeed reading a listicle when I came across an animated GIF from The Princess Bride, which got me thinking about the kid in the beginning of the movie, Fred Savage.
Jesus, Grandpa, what did you read me this thing for?
Which led me over to Netflix, where I started watching my favorite Fred Savage show, The Wonder Years, which also starred Daniel Stern as the voice of adult Fred Savage, who later went on to star as one of the Wet Bandits in Home Alone. But I'll get back to that in a second.
Hello.
Anyway, I jumped over to YouTube to watch the trailer for the 90-minute Nintendo commercial Fred Savage did in 1989 called The Wizard.
California?
Which had a scene inside of a giant metal dinosaur, more specifically, the Cabazon dinosaurs, which is a real monument at a gas station on the way to Palm Springs, which were also used in the 1985 movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which spun off into Pee-wee's Playhouse, which later went on to become one of the highest rated children's television programs of the late 1980s. But, back to Fred Savage. Now, in The Wizard,
California.
his co-star was Jenny Lewis.
He touched my breast!
And she went on to star in Troop Beverly Hills with Carla Gugino, but I'm going to talk about Carla in a second. Anyway, when Jenny Lewis grew up, she founded the indie rock band Rilo Kiley, but before she did that, she starred in a movie called Big Girls Don't Cry, They Get Even with none other than Fred Savage's little brother, Ben Savage. However, this wasn't the first time Ben was in a movie. The same year Fred made The Wizard,
California.
Fred and Ben made Little Monsters together with Howie Mandel, who was the voice of Gizmo in the Gremlins movies, and who would later go on to create one of the most popular cartoons of the 90s, Bobby's World. Which led me over to Howie Mandel's Wikipedia page, where I learned in 2006 he revealed on the Howard Stern show that he had obsessive-compulsive disorder just like Mark Summers, host of uber-popular Double Dare. But again, that's beside the point. Back to the Savage Brothers. So, in the mid-90s, while Fred Savage was busy beating up and killing Full House's DJ Tanner in the made-for-TV movie No One Would Tell, younger brother Ben Savage was busy starring in the seminal Boy Meets World, which also starred William Daniels as Mr. Feeney, who was the voice of Kit the Car in David Hasselhoff's Knight Rider.
The car of the future is already here. Me.
And Will Friedle, who later went on to voice Mother-f***ing Batman.
I am Batman.
Beyond. And here's where it gets interesting. So remember how Jenny Lewis was in Troop Beverly Hills with Carla Gugino? So aside from showing off her boobs in Sin City, she was also in the Pauly Shore masterpiece Son-in-Law with Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell. Thing is, with Tiffany Amber Thiessen, I didn't even know what masturbation was. I knew I wanted to do it, I just didn't know how to do it when I was watching that show. And Patrick Renna, who played Ham in The Sandlot.
You play ball like a girl!
Now, according to his IMDb page, he was on one episode of Nickelodeon's Salute Your Shorts, which starred Blake Sennett Swenson as Ronnie Pinsky, who later went on to star on Boy Meets World as Joey the Rat.
Maybe you didn't get the whole story, Mr. Didn't Get the Whole Story.
Of which Patrick Renna also appeared in an episode of.
You're killing me, Smalls!
But, even more interesting, according to his Wikipedia page, after Joey the Rat was written off of Boy Meets World, Blake Sennett became the lead guitarist for Jenny Lewis's band, Rilo Kiley.
Hooray, hooray, I'm your silver lining.
Oh, and since I said I would get back to Home Alone earlier, that movie starred Macaulay Culkin, who as an adult went on to star in Party Monster with Seth Green, who was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer with none other than Blake Sennett. Sure, I could have said Daniel Stern played Ben and Fred's dad in Little Monsters, but this route was way more fun. Also, before you say it, yes, I know Fred Savage was on Boy Meets World as a sleazy professor who tried to hit on Topanga. Everybody knows that. But what about Ben and Fred today? Well, Ben and most of the cast of Boy Meets World are rebooting the show on Disney Channel for a whole new generation of kids to enjoy and calling it Girl Meets World. It's about their daughter. And Fred is directing awesome classic episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which, for the sake of closing up this wormhole, stars Danny DeVito, who was in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was in The Expendables with Sylvester Stallone, who was in Rocky III with Hulk Hogan, who at WrestleMania 3, in front of 93,173 fans inside the Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, defeated Andre the Giant, who starred in The Princess Bride with none other than Fred Savage. And that is why the Savage Brothers are responsible for having a hand in everything you ever loved as a child, everything you ever loved as an adult, and probably everything your kids are going to love in their lifetime. Thanks for traveling with me through this internet wormhole. I'll see you next time. I love the Power Glove. It's so badly designed.